my fellow wizards! The Lost Pages event comes around a few times a year with quests across 6 different worlds and some pretty awesome rewards, including rare furniture pieces and plant seeds, megasnacks, crowns pets, retired pack gear, and even a permanent mount. So today I'm here with the ultimate guide where I'll cover each boss, what they drop, and highlight my top picks for your best farming options so you can get all the goodies this event has to offer before it disappears again. To begin the Lost Pages quests, you'll first need to talk to Harold Argleston in the Wizard City Library and be at least level 6. He'll give you the brief quest Carpe Diem Society, which you need to complete to unlock all the Lost Pages quests in each world, so if you're new to the event, make sure you finish this quest up first. After that, you should be able to receive the Lost Pages quests in 6 different worlds, including Wizard City, Krokotopia, Mooshu, Celestia, Avalon, and Azteca. Now, here's the important part. The best drops from each boss are level locked, which means you need to be within a specific level bracket to receive certain rewards from them. In this case, those rewards are the retired gear from the Dragon Hoard Pack and the permanent Bone Dragon mount. So to have a chance at these drops, you'll need to make sure you're fighting the correct boss for your level, or they will never drop for you. For the Wizard City boss, you need to be under level 20. For Krokotopia, you need to be under level 30. For Mooshu, you need to be under level 50. Celestia, you need to be under level 60. For Avalon, you need to be under level 80. And finally, for the Aztecan boss, you can be any level. Again, you're welcome to farm bosses outside of these level brackets, but just know the Bone Dragon mount and Dragon's Hoard Pack gear will not drop for you. Also note that I will only be showing gear here that has been confirmed to drop, but there may be other drops that are still not fully documented. Okay, now with the basics covered, I'll go over each event quest and the drops you can expect to get from each boss. Beginning in Wizard City for level 20 and under wizards, you'll want to talk to Simeon in Ravenwood, who will have you defeat 10 spellwrit screamers in Triton Avenue. You'll find them near the teleport to the Galvanos Tower near the end of the street, and unfortunately, you'll have to fight them one at a time, since this zone only allows for one mob to join a fight instead of 2 like later areas. However, one quick tip I have to easily snag them without accidentally getting a Scarlet Screamer is to stand in the street just in front of the Galvanos Tower. The Scarlet Screamers will not enter this small area, but the spellwrit screamers will. Once you've defeated all 10, you'll then eventually be directed to Dee's Mirror near the entrance to Haunted Cave, where you'll fight a few more spellwrit screamers before facing the storm boss, Kestrel Blackstorm. Kestrel is fairly easy with 845 health, but does carry both storm and myth shields, which can be annoying, and her strongest attack to worry about is Storm Shark. Once you defeat her and finish the quest, you'll earn the badge Scribe of the Howlin' Wind, as well as get a chance at her drops. These include rare housing items like the Broken Dragon Bust, Dragon Moon Marker, Eye Jar, Mythstone Pedestal, Singed Dragon Handbook, and Sun Banner, as well as the Seadragon Crowns Pet. She also drops the any level and level 10 plus versions of the Dragonrider's Assailing, Utility, and Vigilance sets, the Dragonrider's Fire and Storm Blades, and finally the Bone Dragon permanent mount. Moving on to Krokotopia for level 30 and under wizards, you'll want to talk to Sergeant Major Talbot in the Oasis, who will have you defeat 10 spellwrit stalkers in the Grand Arena. You'll find the group just outside the entrance to the Coliseum, and this part may have you banging your head against the wall just a bit, because these spellwrit stalkers are not only almost identical in appearance to the regular sand stalkers, besides the name, but are spaced just far enough apart that it can be quite a challenge to actually nab 2 spellwrit stalkers at once. So when you inevitably fail multiple times to get 2 at the same time, despite it really looking like you should have, try not to smash your screen. Once you defeat all the spellwrit stalkers, you'll then need to head down to the far end of the area where you'll find another Dee's Mirror. You'll have to defeat one more group of spellwrit stalkers before you finally face Taylor Froghead, an ice wizard with 1,290 health. Taylor isn't too challenging to take down, but she does have the annoying habit of casting tower shields while her Ice Weaver minions cast fire shields. Once you defeat her and turn in the quest, you'll earn the badge Bleak Master of the Pen and a chance at her drops. Taylor can drop some rare furniture items, including the Blue Croc Bust, Bowl of Dates, Dragon Claw Pedestal, and Dragon Moon Obelisk, as well as the Mystic Dragon Fruit Megasnack and seadragon's Crown Pat. She also drops the level 10 and 20 plus versions of the Dragonrider's Assailing Hat and Robes, the Utility Hat and Robes, and the full Vigilance set, as well as the Dragonrider's Ice Blade. Finally, she can drop the Swindler's Shoes, Crown's Boots, and the permanent Bone Dragon mount. Shifting over to Mooshu for level 50 and under wizards, you can talk to Shun Zhao right near the spiral door, who will have you hunt down 10 spellwrit Ronin in the ancient burial grounds. You'll find most of them at the fork near the butterfly teleport, and unfortunately they tend to be very sparse, so you'll likely have to fight them one at a time, though changing realms often may also help. You'll then be directed to Dee's Mirror right next to the teleport hub, where you'll face several more spellwrit Ronin, and then the death boss, Declan Wyrmdust, with just over 3,000 health. Declan's main spells to look out for are his AoE Deer Knight and his minions casting Meteor Strikes, both of which can hit your entire team. Once you defeat him and turn in your quest, you'll earn the badge Quiet Writer of Epitaphs and a chance at some drops. You can get some rare housing items, including the Branch Painting, Dragon Bust, Dragon Pedestal, Stone Temple Column, and Throwing Star Case, as well as the level 30 and 40 plus versions of the Dragonrider's Vigilant Helm, the Assailing Robe and Boots, and the Utility Boots, as well as the permanent Bone Dragon Mount. We're now headed into our first second arc world with Celestia for level 60 and under wizards. You'll want to seek out Edith Benchley, who can be found right down the ramp from the spiral door, and who looks a little too happy about the prospect of innocent students being corrupted by dark magic. Sus. Anyway, she'll send you to fight 10 spellwrit Wildclaws in the Floating Land. You'll find them in this area south of the Watermole Village, and just like previous areas, they tend to be pretty sparse, so changing realms often is recommended. Once you finish up this task, you'll be directed to the Dee's Mirror right next to Tupatawa, where you'll fight a few more spellwrit Wildclaws before facing the life boss, Carson Spritethief. Carson has almost 8,000 health, which is a bit of a jump from our last boss, but thankfully his main annoyance is him healing with Satyr and Regenerate, while his Rebel Rouser minions can cast Rebirth, so definitely take them out quickly. Once you defeat him and turn in the quest, you'll earn the badge Author of Virtue's Poetry and a chance at his drops. Now, Carson is a bit odd in that his confirmed drops from the wiki indicate he may only drop level 10 plus gear. Maybe people in the comments can let me know if they've gotten any properly leveled drops from him or not, but there's a possibility his loot tables might be messed up, so you may want to avoid farming him if you want leveled gear. He can drop some rare housing items, including the Celestian Shield, Dragon Claw, and Dragon Moon Plaque, as well as the Fish on a Vine, Pink Dandelion, and Silver Trumpet Vine seeds. He has also been confirmed to drop the level 10 plus Dragonrider's Utility Boots and the Bone Dragon Mount, but not other pieces from the Dragon's Hoard Pack, so just keep that in mind. For our second to last entry, wizards under level 80 can head to Avalon and speak to Sir Pike next to the spiral door. He'll have you defeat 10 spellwrit Fomori, which can be found in the northeastern part of the high road, just south of the entrance to Caer Lion. As usual, I recommend changing realms often since they can be a bit sparse, but once you finish them off, you'll be sent to find Dee's Mirror just to the right of the Red Thorn Tower. Inside, you'll fight a few more spellwrit Fomori before facing Quinn Legendbreaker, a myth boss with just over 13,000 health. And Quinn definitely embodies the best, or should I say worst, that the myth school has to offer with spells like Ether Shield, Medusa, and Earthquake, while her foul Skirker minions can cast Basilisk and Myth Imp, which might just make some wizards abracadabra as they're stunned, have all their buffs removed, and are dispelled repeatedly. I'm just saying, maybe Quinn deserves it. Once you defeat her and turn in the quest, you'll earn the badge Cipher of Lost Glyphs and a chance at her drops. You can get some rare seeds, including Angel Oak, Evil Magma Peas, Pink Hunkleberries, and White Tiger Lilies, the Dragon Horned Melon Mega Snack, rare treasure cards like Deer Knight, Pierce, and the 2-pip Shatter, the level 70 plus version of the Dragonrider's Assailing Robe, and the permanent Bone Dragon Mount. Finally, for wizards of any level, you can head to Azteca and talk to Pakal Redmask in the Zocalo, who will send you to beat 10 spellwrit Winged Teeth and Twin Giants. These enemies are once again pretty dang sparse for the area, so definitely change realms often if needed. Once you get all 10, you'll be sent to find Dee's Mirror in the same area as the Winged Teeth, where you'll fight a few more spellwrit enemies before facing Bentley Daysong, a fire boss with a bit over 19,000 health. Bentley and his Jaguar Shaman minions can be pretty formidable, with Glacial Shield, Ifrit, Smokescreen, Rain of Fire, and Detonate spells, which may just leave you wishing the dang meteor would hurry up and just wipe everyone out already. Anyway, once you defeat him and turn in the quest, you'll earn the badge Coruscating Calligrapher and a chance at Bentley's drops. You can get some rare housing items, including the Dragon Wing Bust, Moon Dino Shield, Parasaur Skirt, and Quetzal Root Nest, as well as the Dragon Horned Melon Mega Snack, and treasure cards like Potent Trap and Sharpened Blade. You can also get Key Limes, King Parsley, Ninja Fig, and Red Bell Pepper Seeds, the Sea Dragon Crown's Pet, and the level 80 plus versions of the full Dragonrider's Assailing, Vigilant, and Utility sets, and the Dragonrider's Balance Blade. Finally, you can, of course, get the coveted permanent Bone Dragon Mount. Once you've completed all the Lost Pages quests in each world, you'll earn the Illuminator of the Lost Pages badge, and you can also earn 2 more badges by defeating various spellwrit enemies. For defeating 50 spellwrit creatures, you will earn the badge Spell Checker, and if you defeat 250 of them, you'll get the badge Spellwriter. So for badge collectors who want to earn these efficiently, I recommend picking a world and entering the D's Mirror with a group or via team up. If you have more than 2 wizards in your group, you will always get a group of 4 spellwrit enemies in the first fight of the dungeon, so you can pretty rapidly farm them that way, while also potentially getting drops from the main boss if you want. So with all that said, which are your best options for farming, keeping in mind that many of the drops are level locked? I have to say your best bet is Kestrel Blackstorm in Wizard City for level 20 and below wizards. While players may be tempted to get the highest level version of the gear from the Dragon's Hoard Pack, stat-wise, it's just not very impressive with other gear far outstripping it, so with that understanding, I'd only recommend farming for this gear if you want it for stitching. Since Kestrel Blackstorm is very easy to farm even for low levels, is in a free-to-play area, and is confirmed to drop all 3 gear sets and several wands, it's a no-brainer to focus on farming pieces from her, assuming you have a wizard under level 20 you can use. Kestrel obviously also drops the Seadragon Crowns pet and the permanent Bone Dragon mount, so you really get most of the best drops here, and in my experience, you don't have to wait too long for team-ups if you want the extra help. Now, some people may be interested in the utility version of the Dragonrider set because it gives energy, so that may encourage people to farm the higher level bosses like Bentley Daysong for some free energy gear. While you can definitely feel free to do that, I do want to point out that there are other, better free energy options than the drops from the Lost Pages event, which I have another guide on, so just keep that in mind. I personally think it's great that we can get these retired gear pieces, which can be amazing for stitching, especially the Dragonrider wands, which have a really cool shimmering black fire effect around the blades, and a unique wand animation. Then of course there's the star of the show with the awesome Bone Dragon mount, which is still one of my favorite mounts to this day. I actually accidentally got this from the Lost Pages event years ago when I didn't even know it dropped, so I was so freaking excited when I randomly saw that I got a permanent mount just by doing the dungeon a few times. I still remember the magic of that moment to this day. Alright, my fellow wizards, that was my ultimate guide on the Lost Pages event. Which bosses are you going to be farming, and what has been some of your most exciting drops you've gotten in the game in general? If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing, as it really does help me to make more amazing Wiz content for you all. And if you want to support the channel further, you can hit the join button below to become one of my awesome channel members. As always, I hope to see you out there in the spiral, and happy questing!